Welcome back to One Beer Job. I'm Justin, just cracking a beer. Today what we're going to do is we're going to make a blanket ladder. If you don't know what a blanket ladder is, that's okay. I'm going to walk you through it. This right here is a blanket ladder. It is basically a ladder that you put blankets on, and then you lean it up against the wall of your house, and then all of your blankets that you have can just be stored right here instead of putting them in a bucket or a wicker basket or something like that. They just go right over the ladder. You can decorate, Christmas, different holidays. You can put different things on them. And so we're going to make a blanket ladder today. As you can see, I already have one done. We did one last year around this time, and now I've got a request for somebody to make a blanket ladder. Oh, that talking's got me. Whew. All right, so that's what we're going to be doing. The other one that we're going to do, we're not going to stain. We're going to give it to the person who wants it, and they can stain it their own color. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to cut it up. We're going to make it look just like this. I've learned a few things by making this ladder. I just used regular 2x4s. It was a project that my youngest daughter and I did. We just did regular 2x4s. As you know, the 2x4s are rounded. They are rounded around the edges. They're not fully, square. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the table saw. We're just going to go ahead and rip these right down and make these a little bit more straight. We're going to do that with all of our boards, and then we'll round them. We'll round the boards with sandpaper. We'll just sand them down and make it pretty. But that's what we're going to do. So that's what we're about to do right now. So hang on. All right, so we got the table saw out. I've already cut one edge. I went ahead and marked mine right there. I can't read it through the phone. Anyway, it's right there at that mark. What was that? 3/8. Well, I don't know. Right there. And then that's the first cut. Then we're gonna release the handle on the table saw, and then we're gonna move it down one more. Square that one up. So that way we're just going to take an 1/8 off total. So that's 1/16. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make these nice and square. We've already cut one, and so you could see that we did knock those rounded edges off. It's going to allow the other 2x4s to butt right up against it, so it's a lot cleaner look instead of having gaps in it like the other one. So as you can see that this is sort of like that rounded edge. It's got that little bit of gap in it. So we're gonna just try some. We're just gonna make it a little bit better. See if we can make it a little bit tighter. And then on the other ones, I use just regular old screws and screwed it into the side. I think I'm going to do pocket holes on this one because I just got a Kreg kit. So if you just want to knock it out real quick, certainly just take some interior exterior screws. I use 3.5-inch screws on these, and that's what we did. We just screwed them in that way. I'm going to pocket hole them. I'm going to pocket hole them underneath here, so that way there's going to be no screw holes. A lot less things to grab onto the blankets, because we did rip one of the blankets from that thing. So we're just going to try to improve it. Hang on. All right, so the two long parts of the ladder are going to be at 6 feet. I'm going to do those right at 6 feet. We've already cut those to where they need to be at, and then I cut 5 18-inch boards. Those are going to be the ladder rungs. And so that's what we're going to do, 6 feet and then 18 inches. And then we're going to go ahead and just start putting this bad boy together. I might sand these real quick just because it might be a little bit easier to sand them right now. But otherwise, drink that beer. All right, next I cut the boards at 15 degrees. You can see that's right where that's at. 15 degrees will give it a lean, so you could lead it up against the wall. And then from the bottom of where we just cut that 15 degree cut, we come up 16 inches, and then I'm going to go every foot after that. So 16, 28, 40, 52, 64, and then that's the edge. So that way you can have an open top, and only two parts, these two parts right here will lean up against the wall that you're doing. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just use my speed square and then draw those lines right across it, and then I'll do it on 3 of the sides, and that way then I could start screwing it in, figuring out where they're going. All right, hang on. All right, I've went ahead and drilled out all the pockets for the pocket holes to keep them hidden. Now we're going to go ahead and start attaching them right here to the side of the ladder. You can see that I still have those marks, so I'm going to use those. It's going to look sort of like this. We're going to put it on the top. We're going to put it on that's going to go on the top of that, and then we're just going to go on the top on all of them, so that way we know exactly where we want to go. So hang on. All right, so I just did one side first. You can see all the way down. See right inside the pocket. Screws, use 2.5-inch screws, and they're sturdy. I like this Kreg tool. All right, hang on, almost done. Okay, here is the final product. I'll go from the side first. See how it's leaned up against. It's a nice 15-degree angle all the way up, and then here along the front. And then you can imagine blankets draped right over this. Again, here's one that's stained. It's just a walnut stain, and then a polyurethane on it. That's what we got. All right, so today we built a blanket ladder right here behind me. We used a table saw, we used a chop saw, we used Kreg Tools with the pocket tools, and a palm sander, and that's all we used. Took about, I don't know, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. This is the 4th beer, so it's a 4-beer job. But please like the video. Put a lot of time into getting everything set up, and doing the actual work itself. And it's fun for me too. It's a lot of fun. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends. If somebody wants to do this project, do it. Get her done. But otherwise, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Have a good afternoon. Cheers. Ooh.